I know that you guys always enjoyed achievement speedruns. That's why today I'll play in a very interesting achievement that is called Corfu. It requires you to be a Corfu, which does not exist in 1444, so you have to release yourself from Venice, and you have to revoke 5 cores of another nation. Hard? Let's see that. And of course, guys, if you're not subscribing to the channel yet, please feel free to do so to get notified about the other EU4 content that is upcoming. So the Corfu achievement might seem to be hard, but it's actually far easier than you might think if you go with the right strategy. What you have to understand for this achievement is how revoke a core works, because you can't just revoke any cores of a nation. How it works is that in the peace deal, there's an option to revoke cores, and I think Byzantium is gonna be a great example, because they have plenty of cores, but you cannot revoke most of them. Why is that? It's because you can only revoke a core outside of a main culture of a nation. So for example, in case of Byzantium, we cannot revoke any cores from the Greek culture, which means we can only revoke this one province, Kikilisa. Okay? So to achieve that, you have to find a nation with plenty of cores to revoke, you have to get independent from Venice and somehow achieve that. What is good is that Venice is a perfect nation to get plenty of cores to revoke. We start with one in Albania, so now we have to get somehow more, ideally from Milan and from Croatia. So to achieve that, I will start building spy network on both of these nations. I will make both of these nations my rivals, and on top of that maybe let's go also for the Ottomans, while finally I'm gonna take plenty of money from the estates, as I'll be putting all of my money on developing Corfu, and also I'll aim for the cheaper advisors from each of the estates, as I'm gonna spend most of my money also on these beauties. So for example, we have a cheaper advisor here. Let's get him on level 3. How about we take also a couple of loans from Mr. Burgers and cheaper loans. We take these guys are not cheaper, but let's go for this boy. I should have taken Spy Network. Let's go for this boy and get this boy on level 3. Now I'm spending a couple of money, but it's not really a big of a problem for our nation. Let's just go ahead and get on Corfu, encourage development, and start spending all of my money here. Now what we actually want to do is to declare the war on Hungary immediately when possible, before the ally Austria, because in most of the cases they will. So this, in this case, no CB war, so in this case we'll only give them what we want them to take, which is these 3 provinces on the border of Croatia. They need to occupy this first, that's why I turned off the fort here. And I'm actually gonna destroy it, because that will be more worse for them. And I'm starting to occupy Trent immediately. Because this is funny, because I'm asking to give them these 3 promises, and they're like, oh, we prefer to release Crete to be part of the offer because you cannot get the achievement. That's why I'm gonna now go and keep them holding these 3 provinces, but I'm gonna make them take these provinces and nothing else. Easy peasy, guys. I just had to get 24 war score, so they are more than happy to take these 3 provinces and nothing else. Send this peace deal. So we now have got 3 cores that we've lost. Next step is to attack Milan and get the same out of them, and it's gonna be a bit more tricky. We don't rather want to truce break, that's too much of like expansion. Wait for the truce to end at the end of this year, and then we have Austria in the war and Aragon. That will be more tricky, but we have a lot of promises to give up. Before I start the war, I'm taking already all of my loans, because the loan limit is gonna decrease once they start occupying me. To make that strong, I'm gonna take another bonus to interest per annum here, which means we can take 3,000 ducats in total. Would be more if I took the loans before losing stability. The war with Milan is gonna be extremely straightforward. I declare the war. I go to the peace deal. Offer them these 2 provinces, full money, war reparations, as well as cancelling Naxos, releasing Aquila, as well as Crete. Now see, they want to release Corfu to be part of this, so I have to just change the stuff a little bit. Yes, something like that. So we are gonna release Crete, and Verona and cancel our Naxos. Then give them some money and they are more than happy to accept that. We just need to hold a month tick to be able to send them this offer. See, it already changed on our... Let's just release one more nation. How about Montenegro? Yeah, there it goes. You have just to play around with the peace deal. It might be a bit different than what I did, but just give them anything but not Corfu. Okay? Let's send this peace deal. So we are done over here with this. Then I'm gonna change my capital to Durazzo, as it's gonna be easier to conquer from Corfu. And I will not delete any of my armies or navies yet. We now want to spend a bit of resources on Corfu. Let's just go and develop this as much as possible. We want to take all of the possible loans, start building as much as possible of actual manpower armies. Forcing is dropped, by the way, and I want to do that because the moment we go bankrupt, all of the mercs are gonna be disappeared. Disband this unit. We don't have any forts here. Do this, do this, do this. Do we want to release a subject here? Let's do Aquileia. And let's feed them with all of these provinces. So right now Venice is pretty much left with only Durazzo and Negropont, which we can't return as a core. It's fine. Then let's go and release ourselves as Corfu. Play as a subject. You know what? Let's just delete all of this as well. This is tricky what I'm doing now because Ottomans will be like the first ones to attack very soon. Play release as Corfu. This is good. Oh, 1.8,000 ducats, I love it. Let's immediately start building 1k troops. 60 days. How about we wait a month tick to be able to start recruiting mercs? It's gonna be just faster to do that. Let's go to mercs, recruit a free company, Krabats. These boys. Start improving relations with Ottomans as we need access. And I'm gonna sconfuse out one of the rivals. Let's just go for the Mamluks. We need to get access ASAP. You can see that in the meantime Venice went bankrupt immediately and they still have no armies. How about we ally with Aquileia? We have truce. Yeah, that's tricky, that's tricky. That's fine. Just in the meantime, I can pick some reforms. Let's go for the plutocracy, and that's it I can take. I should start improving relations with some rivals of Hungary. It's tricky, because I could attack them now. They are to Bohemia. But as I have a truce, that's -8 stab hits, which means whole Europe. Actually not that bad on the coalition, but it's still bad. So you don't want to die the coalition before winning with Venice, you know, guys. How Bohemia agreed to ally bankrupt nation? I don't understand it. Ottomans desire Corfu. They have a hostile attitude, and because they have a hostile attitude, they will not give me access. So let's just wait for now. Of course, for these states, I'm gonna take pretty much similar bonuses. In this case, we just have to keep in mind far more crowns to spend. I will even go for patriarchal authority and a bonus to the morale because we are Orthodox. Second country forum, just go for the random candidate bonus. And by the way, guys, Ottomans are fighting currently Byzantium, so we might be the next goal of them. Hopefully not, because we just have 2 more years of a truce with Venice. And if we survive these 2 years, I can just ally Aquileia, find some guys that hate Venice and will help me in the war, and then it's easy peasy. And by the way, Ottomans after this war have only 23,000 troops and no manpower, so they might be not so willing to attack. Let's just keep our fingers crossed for that, because it's just less than a year until the truce ends. You know, I'm building 4 transport ships because pretty much all of our free companies and the other merc companies have 4k. So with 4 cogs, I don't like it. I was almost like this close to a heart attack. They did attack, but Albania is gonna take them more than our truce, especially the fight Papal State, Urbino and Perugia. The truce just ended, which means let's go on ally Aquileia, and probably that's it I need for this war, but let's see if anyone else is interested. Naples is. But apparently they have a truce with Venice until 1460. Well, I guess I'll do it up myself.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Bohemia is on their side, but it should not be a problem. Just go attack. Not Bohemia. Just go and attack them. Check. Have 4k troops ready to land right away. Let's do that. Maybe decrease the speed 4. What I'll do, I'll land here with all of my mercs. I'll land with my manpower troops in Negropont, just to make sure, you know, Bohemia just will not come here and destroy my troops. And I'm close to Tech 4, which they don't have. Oh, we breached the walls, guys, and that might be in case that I don't even have to rush this fort. But, you know what? I don't care, let's just rush it. Should be super easy. That's only 11% of the war score, and that's because of the freaking Bohemia. But let's see how it's gonna change when I take Negropont as well. Which won't be easy because they have a troop here. How about we wait for the tech and take guys with a better leader? The best part of this piece is that while reworking the course, I don't have to take independence in this peace deal, so I can still be their vassal and get the achievement. Anyway, I don't think Bohemia has access to us, so it's just gonna be a matter of waiting. Especially for our ticking war score, which is just for defending the capital, and yeah, there's no such thing as Bohemian Armada, so I can feel safe. Let's just take this technology and try landing, which won't be easy, and I will land in March, so after the mounting to recover some of our morale. Just shift consolidate before doing so, and I should win the battle, right? A better leader, a better tech. It's not easy, but it is easy. I have 1.2 more morale. Remember, this is ex-bankrupt country. Oh yeah, with low attitude and 19% of the war score. Oh, it's close. I could also sort this to just ask them for the lowest war score provinces. Just 24 instead. It's 55 versus 62. It's just a matter of waiting a couple of months for the ticking war score. Yep, there it goes. Send the peace deal, wait a day. That's a weird sound from Steam, that's the achievement. There it goes. Nice, nice. I think we've played fairly well, and just to sum up, I think the key element, the key moment, because the first two wars just gave away courses easy, but the key moment of this campaign is the moment when you want to move from Venice to Corfu, because you can't make Venice too weak, because they're just gonna get attacked, and if they get attacked, you as a Corfu get into war. And at the same time, you want them to be weak so you can defeat them as Corfu. So it's very important to move this caveat to Durazzo, so it's easily reachable for you. It's important that you have navy, because otherwise they'll block you. And it's very important to finish the wars with Croatia and Milan by around 1447. Early 1447, just like we did, right? Just a month after the truce with Milan ended. So, you know, this way you're finishing everything so early that you can release Corfu and fight the independence war before the Ottomans get an interest in your provinces. Because if you do it by 1452 and release yourself, Ottomans will be long after the war with Kandar, Byzantium and everything, and they'll be focusing on Venice. But if you do it in 1447, you have 5 years into 1452 for the Ottomans to finish the war of Kandar, Byzantium, maybe Epirus or maybe Albania. I think this two are rather bigger priority for them than Venice, but you never know, especially if the Venice is too weak. So guys, if you did enjoy this video and you would like me to record more of the achievement speedruns, let me know by liking this video, and of course subscribe to the channel to get notified about this content. Bye!